Let's try to understand about the cell signaling. As we know, we are communicating with each other with the help of social media. But cell also need to communicate with each other. Why they need to communicate? Because as we know, one cell need to give some signaling so that another cell will get respond and it will do the processing. Either it can make some proteins, okay, or it can do some factor formation, protein factors, or it can also make some sort of hormones, or it can also divide cell division. Cell division can also happen because of the cell signaling. If someone is giving the signal to another cell, then only the process will happen. Here, let's try to understand which type of signalings are present. Before that, you must need to know there are two things are present in the signaling process. Here, one we are calling it as a ligand. Ligand is nothing but there are the molecules which are responsible for the take the signaling and work or give it to the someone. Okay, you can say this is a sender is sending some molecule. Okay, for example, this is a cell. Okay, this cell is releasing some chemicals, either it could be chemicals or hormones or any messenger which are known as ligand. Released thing is known as ligand, and this release thing will go and bind with the particular region which are known as a receptor. For example, this is a receptor. Okay, this ligand will release by this cell and it will go and bind on this receptor. So that's why we are calling it as a receptor, and this is known as a ligand. Okay, I hope you got this under clearly. Let's see how many signaling types are present. First is endocrine signaling, where the hormones are released. As we know, our pituitary gland, pineal gland, hypothalamus gland, these glands are responsible for the releasing of the hormones in the bloodstream. For example, this is a cell of the pituitary gland which is releasing some hormones like this, and it is released where it is released in the bloodstream. Okay, after releasing in the bloodstream, it has to travel till the targeted cell. For example, here is the targeted cell is present and it will get the signaling through the receptor. So this is known as endocrine, where the receiver and sender is releasing in for the long distance. It is not too near to each other. Later we will see about the paracrine signaling, where the neurotransmitters are present. In the neurotransmitter signaling, what really happens, neurons are too close to each other, as we know. What they will do, they will release some chemicals. So after releasing, they will enter in the another neuron and another cell will be get the response. So here is the receiver and this cell is nothing but taker. Okay, receiver. Sorry, this is a sender and this is the receiver. So this is what happened in the paracrine. They are too near to each other. They are not as they have to travel too long from the one place to another place, like in the endocrine from the pituitary to adrenal gland. This is not happen in the paracrine because neurons are too close to each other. Later we will see about the autocrine, where we are seeing the example of T cells. T cells are nothing but when we are trying to understand about the T cells condition, what really happened. For example, this is a T cell. It also have two things like a receiver also, and it also have a sender. Okay, sending also happen in this cell only, and receiver also get receive and signal will go inside. So autocrine is like a signal where the own cell is doing the signaling and own cell is receiving the signaling from its own self. So this is what happening in the autocrine T cells condition. Juxtacrine signaling, what really we are calling it as, it's happened in the knot signaling, where what really exactly things are happening. Like this is first cell, A cell. Oops. Okay, here is another cell, we are calling it as a B cell. Till now, we have seen the autocrine, paracrine, they are receiving and sending. But in this juxtacrine signaling, this is not really happen like this. They are not two separate. The ligand and receiver both are into them each other. So what really happened here, you can see they are completely into them, receiver and sender. But signaling will not happen all the time. Whenever the signaling is needed, then only the process gonna happen. Till that they will be still, they are going to be into each other. So this is what about juxtacrine signaling, which we can see in the knot signaling. Let's try to understand how the ligands are present, as we were talking about ligand. Okay, there are two types of ligands are present. One is hydrophilic and another one is lipophilic. Okay, hydro nothing but water, H2O, and lipo is nothing but lipid. Philic is nothing but it is known as a loving or lovable. So they are lovable for the hydro means water lovable and lipid means lipid lovable. For hydrophilic molecules means like we can say the insulin and adrenaline are the example, and for the lipophilic steroid and estrogens are the example for the lipophilic molecule. Why we are defining them in separate manner? Because their processing and activation process is completely different. Here you can see this is cell A and this is cell B. In lipophilic condition, what it's gonna happen? If any steroid or any estrogen is released in the bloodstream, what it will do, it will go inside the plasma membrane. It will travel through the plasma membrane and enter in the cell. And later what will happen here in the cell, the receptor is present. This ligand means estrogen or progesterone will able to bind on the receptor. So estrogen or progesterone is entering in the cell and they are binding inside the cell. This is what happened in the lipophilic. Because this is lipophilic, they can travel through the plasma membrane. As we know, the plasma membrane is made up of what? Lipid molecules. So that's why they are able to cross the plasma membrane. But in the hydrophilic condition, what will happen? They are not able to travel through the plasma membrane. Why? Because this plasma membrane, as we have talked, this is made up of lipids. So water molecule won't be able to enter from the lipid side. So what we will do? Or what we can do? We need to keep the signaling outside the cell because they can't travel. So what is happening here? The receiver means receptor is present on the plasma membrane surface and ligand means like insulin or adrenaline will come and bind on the surface of the receptor only. So they are not going inside the cell, they are binding on the surface of the cell. So if someone is going inside and they are doing the response, but it is present on the surface, so we need someone else also to carry the message, whatever the message came from the particular region. So what really happened here? This hydrophilic molecule needs some sort of secondary messenger who can carry the message and pass inside the cell so the response can happen. So our secondary messengers are like you can see SCAMP, CGMP, IP3, DAG and calcium are the secondary messenger. They are the responsible. Anyone can go and take the message and they will carry the message. Like calcium, we can take the example, or you can take either IP3, anyone, okay, IP3. They will take the message from the ligand and they will travel through the nucleus and take the response, and response will happen. The things gonna happen, either it could be divide the cell, do factor formation, anything gonna happen with the help of these all process. Okay, let's try to understand about the protein, G protein. So G protein is nothing but they are in the monomeric condition or trimeric condition. If only one subunit is present, we are calling it as a monomeric condition. If there are three subunits are present like alpha, beta and gamma, we are calling it as a trimeric condition. Three subunits are present. You must need to say in the comment section what is another name for the G protein, what we are calling it in another way also for the G protein. They are nothing but receptor. They are present on the plasma membrane. I want to know G protein is crossing the plasma membrane. How many times it will able to cross the plasma membrane? Let me know in the comment section. So what it is working as a receptor where the ligand will come and bind on the surface of the G protein. So the signaling can go with the help of secondary messenger inside the cell. This is all happening in the hydrophilic condition. Okay. I hope you got this all concept clearly. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section.